All right, so in this webinar, I'm going to be talking to you a little bit about life in Paris. So transportation, safety, a little bit about safety, as well as health insurance. And I'm going to touch upon visa a little bit, but not too much, just because it really varies country to country where you come from. And it also depends on what consulate you go to. Even in one specific country, they have different specifications and rules. So I have a presentation here, so I'm just going to share my screen with you and then talk about everything. Hang on a sec. Can you all see my screen? It says Paris College of Art. Okay. So transport. So I don't know if any of you have ever been to Paris before, but here the city is very, very compact. And the easiest way to get around really is just to use the public transportation system. We have a metro here. I'm just showing you the metro map of Paris. So in the center here where it's all white, it's basically zone 1. And everything you would actually need to get to is within zone 1. You could get from one side to the other within 40 minutes max with the metro system. The city is laid out so that when you start in the middle, it's called the first arrondissement, the first district, and then it spirals outwards all the way to the 20th district. And in Paris here, we have the metro system, the subway system, and we also have we also have trains that go out into the suburb to zone 5 and the airport. So if you're joining us for at least 2 semesters or more and you're under 26 years old, you can actually get a student metro card, which is a lot cheaper than paying for tickets or ticket stubs or paying for the normal metro price. What it is 350 euros a year, or you can pay monthly for up to 9 months of 38 euros and 88 cents. And basically you can travel, you have unlimited travel from zones 1 through 5 on all the public transportation systems. This includes the tram, the RER, which is the trains that go to the suburb, obviously the metro system, as well as the buses. But if you're students joining us only for 1 semester, so you're visiting students, or if you're over 26 years old, what you can do is get the carte découverte. It's 5 euros to buy the card, and if you bring a photo, they make the card for you immediately on the spot, and you can either top it up monthly or weekly. We also have the Valib system here in Paris. It is bicycles that you can rent, and there's like a station in almost every neighborhood in Paris. You can find them fairly easily, and when in doubt, you can just check the Valib website if you're fans of cycling. It's only 20 euros a year for students, and what it is that you can take out the bicycles for up to half an hour at a time, and after that you'll be charged, I think, like €1 for every half an hour use after that. But what our students generally do is, you know, they won't be using it for half an hour or more. They just need to get from A to B, and if they think they're going to take longer, they'll just dock it at a station somewhere, wait for a few minutes, and then take another bike out. Another important thing I wanted to talk about a little bit is bank accounts, because in order to have the student transportation pass, you need to have a valid French bank account. So here at Paris College of Art, we're partnered with a bank called Société Générale, and they basically help out. They have an English-speaking manager that takes care of all our international students, and during orientation week, we'll help you set up bank accounts with them if you choose to go open a bank with them. But you really don't have to. There are other banks in Paris. What you should do before you leave your home country is to check with your local bank whether they've got sister or partner banks here in France. Like, for example, I know the Bank of America is partnered with BNP Paribas, so you should really check with your local banks at home whether they have a sister bank. This is beneficial because it could mean that you could send money back and forth from your home country to France easier. So I'm going to talk a tiny bit about visa, not too much, just because I said at the beginning, it's going to vary from country to country, from consulate to consulate. There are two types of visa that you could get given, but in either case, you must apply by the 1st of June 2017 to allow for processing time and admin time and whatnot. So the first one, Résidence temporaire de titre de séjour. This is only given to our students who come here visiting. So they'll only be here for 1 semester. And what that means is that they have a limited time of being able to stay in France. And once the visa expires, they must leave the country before that expiration date. And then you'll either have this type of visa or you'll be given a CECI de R 311, 386, that's a mouthful, visa, which is a long stay visa. So what this is given to is for our students who are staying here for more than 1 semester, so 2 semesters or more. And I already asked this question, do you need to go through Campus France? Just because every country is different, if you need a visa, you really need to go on the French consulate website to see what the steps are in obtaining a student visa. For example, I actually studied at Paris College of Art, and back then, as a Japanese citizen, I didn't go through Campus France. I just applied directly through the consulate, but now Japanese students must go through Campus France. So you really need to check your French consulate website and check which route you have to go through, either going through Campus France first and then going to your French consulate, or going to the French consulate directly. I'm going to talk about safety in Paris now. This isn't to try to scare you. This isn't to try to frighten you to not coming. It's just basic things that us, well, I'm not Parisian, but I've been here long enough. We just do automatically now, and it's mostly about common sense. You know, as any large cosmopolitan city, you should never leave your luggage unattended. You should always make sure that your bags are properly closed in case of pickpockets. You should never keep valuables in your coat pockets or back pockets. And you should avoid carrying lots of cash. And just be aware of your surroundings. It's a big cosmopolitan city. Like any big city, you know, there's bound to be pickpockets and theft and robbery going around. So it's just about common sense and just making sure that, you know, you're going to come to a country that you're unfamiliar with or haven't lived in before. So you should be really use your street smart and make sure that you're aware. Don't worry, we didn't plan this robbery on anyone. We just got it from a Google search. But this is what typically, I'm just going to show you a few slides of what typically happens in Paris in terms of people trying to rob you. You know, some people may try to give you forms like petition forms to sign, and while they distract you with the petition forms, their friends will come and pickpocket you or whatnot. These are not actual scenes. We got our colleagues to stage these to show you, but you should never, you know, hang your bag in the back of the chair if you're sitting on a terrace, or you should never put your bag in the bicycle baskets, because people can just come and grab everything and go. And again, just to emphasize, it's just being street smart, just like any other big city in the world. So healthcare. So it is actually mandatory for all students, whether you're one semester or going to join us for 4 years, to get French healthcare. Even if you're not French, if you have international student healthcare, you must get a French health insurance package. Except if you are European and have an EU health insurance card. It's called an EHIC. It's a small blue card. If you're European, you can apply for it in your home country. But what you must do if you have an EHIC card is give the proof of insurance waiver from the office at paris.edu before your arrival, so we know that we don't have to sign you up for student health insurance. And if you're not an EU citizen or you don't have an EHIC card, you'll be enrolled into, so basically there are two main student health coverage providers in Paris, in France actually. It's LMDE or SMERAP. They're both pretty much the same. It's just that SMERAP covers regional Paris, whereas LMDE covers the entire France. So basically, for example, if you wanted to transfer to a school in Lyon, like maybe next semester, it's advisable more to get LMDE health insurance. So both insurances cost 215 euros per year if you're 28 years old or under, and covers, so basically, this is LMD and SNAP is a top up to your social security. Your social security covers 70% of your medical costs, and LMD or SNAP covers the rest of it. And this includes general practitioners, pharmacy, medicine that you might get, hospitalization, if you needed to be a specialist, if you needed to get an x-ray, all of these, the French Social Security and the French healthcare coverage will reimburse you for. And if you have any other questions, you can always consult the mon.paris.edu portal, and under student services and student life, you'll be able to basically find out more about more about your life here, starting your life here. So now I just kind of wanted to open this up to you guys. Do you have any specific questions about life in Paris so far? No? Everybody's good?
I just have one question.
Yeah, hi.
Hi. About the health insurance. Is this, I don't know if like this is really an issue, but like if you have a prescription here, like in your home country, like transferring it to so that you can continue to get it in Paris, is this like a really complicated issue, or this is kind of easy?
No, not at all. All you have to do is bring your previous prescription and then bring it over here with you, and then you'll see a general practitioner and say, hey, this is what I was getting in my home country and I really need this specific thing, and then they'll prescribe you similar or the same prescription.
Okay.
Same as if you need glasses in Paris, your health insurance will cover up to a certain amount. I think it's 200 euros per year of glasses or contact lenses. If you bring your prescription from your home country, you can just bring it to one of the eye doctors here, and they'll rewrite a prescription for you in French, so you can benefit from the health insurance here and care coverage. Yeah.
Thanks.
No worries. Do you guys have any other questions? No, everybody's good? Well,
Yeah.
thank you so much for joining me today. And just a reminder that tomorrow I'll be going over internship opportunities and professional partnership projects that we do at PCA, and what the career service offers in terms of helping you gain professional experience here in Paris once you get here.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Have a good day, everyone. Goodbye.